Sorry guys, CDC flu vaccination. Apparently, this year, it will not work. But don't worry, they've got something else that'll help you. Don't you know the way it goes? Haven't you been to the carnival yet? Have you not been to the carnival? Or have you been to the carnival? Looking around for games to play, hanging out from underneath the clock, and always something to do for every hour of the day. My good friend Larry Cadoti can surely tell you, he knows the best hour of every single day when his flour is going to be offered to you for half price. Half price! Half price. Carey Price's new mask, Montreal Canadiens, half price. Half price. His number is 31. Half of it is 155, or reflectively 155, 155, 155, 5115. What is 5115 or Area 51? 74, 7 times 4 the moon. 7 plus 4, 11, because 1 is up, and 1 is up, and he's a feet. They's 11. My feet never work together, they work beside each other. Eh? Things are looking up, right? Things are looking up. Can you see me in the camera over there? What's going on? Things are looking up. What can I show you? I hope I'm in the camera right now, but I took a scissors and I cut and I cut and I cut with the scissors all the way down. But this bag has what they call a gusset, where the bag opens up and folds together. It's a nicer and stronger cut because everything doubles up when you have a gusset. When you have a gusset, if you don't have a gusset, okay, look what happened to the bag. Look what happened to this bag. It went down and up. Alligator DNA number 14 for all of 2014. 366 days of 2014, my friends. For every single hour of every single day, you must say at the end of every single sentence that it is now approximately 2 hours and 22 minutes after the hour of the day of December 5th of 2014. And guess what time it is now? It is 2 hours and 22 minutes and 29 seconds of 2014 and 30 of 2014. 1,440 minutes a day, or 1,440 times a day. 2014 by the minute. 72 times 5 degrees turn around for 2014 of a 5-degree turn of the day. And why is it a 5-degree turn of the day? Because 72 times 5 equals 360. 120, 120, and 120. But that's not true. Do you know why? Because it's 118. 118. 118 equaling to 364, which is equal to 13 moons at 28 days, 7 by 4, 7 plus 4 equals 11 to the 2 sides that are between, cornered to the 1 moon. 118, I want not 120, because when the 2 sides meet in 120 degrees times 3, which is 360, times 72 equals to 25,920 of the Mayan calendar cycle, in which 2 days, 1,440 and 1,440 is 288 of the Mayan cycle year, times 1.25. Why? 3 areas of the center of 5 we remove 10, and one time we remove 9, because it is one time that I am here. For the two that I live of the one mind that I am, the attack mind, not in my head, somewhere else. Created to be just like me, to be able to go and know me, to be in my mind. So we come back to 120 times 3 is 360 times 72 is 25,920, which is not 25,625, 25625. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 256, no 3 and 4. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals 625. Times 41 AD, or the change in my pocket, USA number 41, 2021. Will you take New York? Will you take Kentucky? Or is it just free parking? Start on go to jail, and 20 away is go to jail. 2020, start on 10, monopoly. So at 120 that we're speaking about, right, 120 that we talk about right now, the reason we take away 2 is for the separation in the sign. I call it the mother des sign. The mother des sign. Mère is mother in French. Des, la des. I'm not sure what it means, but there was a priest that used to call my ex-wife that. La des. He used to call me David, he's my ex-brother-in-law. But that's okay. Lionel. Lionel, my father. Lionel, my grandfather. The woman I took to bear my child, her father was Noel, and her brother called me David. And he's a priest, and his name is Lionel. All of her, of who she is. 120, we take off 2 for the separation, 1 from the right, 1 from the left, and I am who I am in the center. I will take up the space of you two, using up your space, but adding no space, but becoming a number. That obviously must shrink everything, because I have to be a different number, so I become the double of the number. And there are 3 of them on a board, because it's I to the left and I to the right is 2 and 2, and the 2 I divided myself makes me 6, and who the others are, 2 of 2 and 2, and 2 of 2 and 2 makes everybody 6, 6, 6 in their own dimension. I am 6 up, and who is beside me is 6 down and 6 down. But that's okay, because I pass between, I pass in between, I pass in the one entrance. Of a circle is 360 degrees times 4 is 90, 90, 90 to be around. Everybody knows that if you blow up something that is square, it'll become round. Because the air has no boundaries. The pressure is equal to all. 122 now for the 122 days, for the reason we no longer have 360 degrees, because the separation added on 2, 2, 2 for the Mercedes sign. You know that 120-degree triangle Mercedes sign? It's got a circle around it. C for circle. CI 39, 13, 13, 13, 4, 4, 4, connecting the area of the alligator. Half moon on an angle. Half moon on an angle. On square paper, it'll look like alligator teeth and alligator teeth. Why not let me just unzip my jacket? So we're at 122 days. Well, what happened to 123 days? 124 days? Every time your number changes, you may be going up a level or down a level. Because in the area of the Mayans that I was just speaking of 1,440 minutes in a day in 2 days, 288, multiplied by 1.25 equals to 360 degrees. 366. 18 and 9, 27, 27, 54, 5 by 4. We are made for the IT system. Robotics. But I'm enjoying this, because this is me, and this is what I think, and this is what I think I believe, and I believe this because this is what I'm thinking. And I believe in it. Somehow, even if it's not true, it's as fun as hell. I've never been like this before. Oh my God. I've been entertaining myself. We're going to go back to the number. So 1,440 minutes in a day, knowing that I am to the left and the right of 1 and 1. If I am to the left and right of 1 and 1, then who is to my left is to the left and right of 1 and 1, and the one next to this one is who is to the left and right of 1 and 1. I will be involved in all three situations. Either I will be scoring the goal and I will have 2 assists, or I will be passing the puck to my left or passing the puck to my right, but somehow one of them will get the puck from one of us. In order to go down the ice, I will get 2 assists and 1 goal in the game, and so will everybody else. I will have 2 assists and 1 goal, and the one to the right will have 2 assists and 1 goal, and the one to the left will have 2 assists and 1 goal. 3, 3, 3, 9, 1, 1, and 1 is 1 for all, and 2, 2, 2, 6 of the combinations that has gone on. 6, 2, 2, and 2, because we all get 2. We are 1, we get 2. Up you go. E, M, W, V. Give me a 3, Earth. Give me a 3, Venus. Low shoe. So now we go back again. We have 1,440 minutes a day. We have 288. Now that's 2 days. So I have 2 days, and you have 2 days. Okay? Right? You have 2 days, and I have 2 days. Okay? That would mean 2880 and 2880 will be 5,760. And for the circle we are in, whichever way you want to do it, that number is the year 2000. Since we all come together now, and we share the 4th corner, 90 degrees, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 15, 5, 5, 5, because the departure of the totality, okay, inside of a triangle, starting from the middle, would be 0.5 to any area. 0.5 is the starting position. Movement, I am not talking about. We are going to go from the point position to 1, 2, 3, and then we retouch where we started 4, where the beginning was. Listen, we have to go from the center to the top. From here to here is 1, 2, 3. Then back to the center, 4. Now we make the completion, and now back to where we begin, 5. So it would take the completion of 5. Okay, there's many ways to do this. Most of the ways will, if it was 4, you create a 0. If it was 5, okay, you create 4 zeros plus 1. The center to all. So you play on 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 5 connected up to the left system. Now we've got the personal rotation. Now we hook up to the left system, and now I just want to see if this video is still running. And then we hook up to the right system. Yeah, okay, it's still going. It's still going. So we hook up to the left system, and we hook up to the right system. So that would be 3 on this side, and that would be 1, 4, and 7. Low shoe would be 4, 3, and 8. And then we have 3 to the right side, 3, 6, and 9. Or in low shoe, you would have 2, 7, and 6. And if you want to know what they crisscross, they all crisscross as 10. 2 is across from 8, 4 is across from 6. 1 is across from 9, and 3 is across from 7. Let's flap our wings, because in low shoe, Zion, Israel, the one right wing, okay, is number 37. Jen writes it down all the time. I mean, it's stuck in my head. And she puts R-E. That's the resident angel. She puts it with 2 digital dots. She gave me a service. The more you write down, the more you give me. But if you write down too much, you can also lose me. Well, you can't lose me. I'll lose myself. I'm like, which way did it go? Oh, there's too many directions here. I can't choose. Just tell me left or right. That's all I want to know. Is it left or right? So that's 5,760 plus 15 for the year we're in. How many times, what do you want to think? 2015, the letter T, the letter O. Do you know what the letter T is? Okay, it's 2 worlds of 10, 10 in all actuality. 16 and 16 equals 32. It is the light. It is the number 32. Okay, 32, 23. What do you want to know about these numbers? I can tell you a whole bunch of crap. But if you don't want to come into this world to understand how I see it and why I see it this way, because the reality is, I do not want to sell you on information. I want to sell you on your capabilities of doing mathematics. If I say number 23 and 32 are together, I have to show you why. in every dimension. So one little thing, this one little thing that I might try to tell you right now, I'm not selling you on this. I'm selling you, okay, on the reality that 2 times 3 or 3 times 2 equals to 6. Either it is or it isn't. If it isn't, then hey, don't listen to anything I'm going to say. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 and 6 is 11. Just like the 7 times 4, 74 is 11. That run next to 6116, waterfronts. I know where you're coming from, waterfront. If you ever watch any of my videos, I know exactly where you're coming from. But guess what? There's 4 rivers. And your information is on one river, and my mind is on another. But I'm looking upstream. I'm looking upstream and I want to learn. But I can't just learn like that. It's hard to learn. I can't type to everybody. It's impossible. If I have to sit on here, and start typing, I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to go nuts. I want to understand, and I want to understand. I want someone to be there right now. So anyways, we just finished off 5,775 years. At the same time, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals 625. Everybody knows the 0 is made with 4 sticks. Okay? The 0 is made with 4 sticks. Following me? 4 sticks. Imagine what a Christmas tree would look like with 4 sticks, right? We had 123 I was calculating before. The 4 sticks, yes. T and O, the letters. 20 for the letter T or J. JJ is 20. And O, there is no 7 and 5 unless you say G and E. Right? 7 and 5. The letter O, 1 and 5. The A and the E. The A and E recreate the O. They just recreate themselves. T-O, the O, A and E, 1 and 5, 6. So in reality, this is 206 this year. 0 equals 6 makes it 262. 262. Reality again. 1 and 5, 15 is 6. 2 and O, okay, for 20 equals to T or to JJ. Leave the 2 alone. Put the 6 in the middle. We have 266 or 622.6 this year. This is a number that's been on my mind for a few years already. Let's say 10. That's how hard I feel it inside. 10 years, 622.6. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. 8 hours. 8 for the night, 16 for the day. Give me the light, but split me up the sky. 4 and 4 is 8, 4 by 4 is 16 P and H. Give me a pharmaceutical, give me a psychological, give me anything in science. But they don't spell science with PSY. No, but they say psychology with PSY. But they say science with SCI. SCI is 19. C is 3. 1913, 193. That's all it is 193. The minute you have more than 1, you automatically implicate the 5 or the 3. It's automatic. The 1, the 3, the 5, the 3 assholes. You know the 3 assholes on the dice? And I'm not talking about Uranus. I'm talking about the assholes on the dice. You know all the ice dice? You know what I'm saying? Or is that, here's the 1. Here's the 2. Here's the 3. Here's the 5. You see 5, you see 3, you see 2, you see 1, right? I see 6, 5, 4, 2. Number 23, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 11. 11 and 23 is 34. 11 and 32 is 43. Reversible of the presidents, John F. Kennedy, Barack Obama, the president right now. So his number would match 44, Barack Obama, and 43, Barack Obama, equals 77, equals 87. That is the number to the Queen, 87. That is the number to October, 87. October is the representation of 1 and the 7th gate at the same time. 1067. October. Why does it do that? It's a because all the numbers are put together so perfectly. It's only natural. Oh, look at that, something we haven't seen before. A little gossip doesn't hurt, does it? Just a little gossip, something to change, rearrange. Find it strange? So then we have the Mayans who come in and 5,775, 72 times 360, 25,920, 41 USA. S, like I've said before, number 10, like I've said before, J and S, number 19, brings in A and I. It says I said, 1010, J, A, I. A and I comes in with 1 and 9 from the letter S. S-A-I means to know. Number 41, in all actuality, it's 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. There are other ways to look at it, but if it's 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 5. 2 above and 2 below and 2 all around. And 2 for every 1, that's 1 for every 2. And actually everybody seems to be scoring goals and getting assists in the game, and we're all flying in 3s. 2 up, 2 down, 2 over, 2 by 2. Grouping them together with a stick. When you group things together with a stick, it means something, like a clock. You connect the center of the clock to one of the numbers and you know the value. It says 4 on it, but it's actually 20 minutes after. 4 times 5 is the 20 minutes after the clock. The clock. How the hands connect. $120 times 3, 360 degrees. Let's do this a little bit further. Because we need 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, and the only way to come together to get 5, in all actuality, okay, is to get onto the plate in baseball and get your bat out and ask for the pitch. And you hit it, and you leave home plate as 1-0. 1-0 leaves home plate. Why? Because you're the 9I that plays in the one spirit. You've got the bat in hand, and here comes the ball. All right? You're 9-1. You just came out of the batter's box and out of the dugout. I guess your mom dug you out somewhere when you were born, right? So you get you get the first base, you got 2. You get the second base, you got 3. You get the third base, you got the sun in your eyes, my friends. Okay? You got the sun in your eyes because now you're coming home. And when you come home, you've connected 1 with 5, and you started from the dugout. And all you had was the number on your back. Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know, who's on third. Tomorrow is pitching. Behind the plate is today. Shortstop is I don't give a damn, but Y's in left field. And who's playing right and center? I guess it's just me. You see, between the left and the right is more or less me and the right. I get joined by the spirit in the left and I live. But then now, in this world, there comes an above and below. For your mind, with your head, you're above and below. Now you're challenged between 46 Zion, Israel. Why Zion, Israel? Because the 0, okay, is number 54, is number 64, the same as Zion, Israel. But let me get back to number 19. Do you remember I was doing that 19 thing? The 10, 19 is 1 plus 9 equals 10. Okay? Now, every time you see its end, the 0 will always equal 6, so that will be 16. At the same time, that will be 6 and 1, that will be 7. So your end partial result is a combination of how you brought 19 down to 7. 719. The 19 moons of the 7 days. The 19 moons of the 7 days of an 18-day Mayan cycle. 2 days added for the separation in the spirit. That extra time allotted in the game until we catch up. So they left a little distance in space, and they call that fractal time. And they're always playing with it just so, everything goes in koi, because we're using more energy. Everything in spirit has been separated, but we needed more energy to share. And the sleeping mind that is partaking in this, that we keep awake through our own energy, is being lost into the system at a cost of and ratio of apparently 10% somehow. Anyways, forget about that. 5 times 5 times 5 is the 41. It takes 4 corners and the 1 center to create an X. That's how we create this. It's all about this dice over here and this dice over here. These 2 dice. On the other side of these 2 dice is 6 and 6. On the other side, it's 3 and 2. 1 and 1, 5 and 4. On the outside, it's 2 and 3 again. And on the insides, it's 5 and 4 again. And then everything changes again, how it comes together. It's not me. The mathematics are not me. My play with the mathematics, you cannot say that they're absurd. You cannot say anything about them, but just the questions I use for them is simple math. It cannot not exist. I'm doing it. 1 times 1, 2 times 2, and I'm going to tell you why. In this game, when you play a game with somebody, everybody's making new rules. But it didn't exist. It didn't exist. But now it does. Because you made the rules. You're the god. You own the game. You bought it. With your own money. Money you work for. They lend you the money. You know why? You know why they give you money? They give you money because you can't take it fucking in food. Where are you going to put it all? Okay, so they give you money instead. They give you money, they say, okay, with this you can go buy food. But if I own it. So now we're going to get back to you see these dice in the Mayan on 125 days. Number 41 is an access, okay, inside the pie hole. 5, 3, and 1 all say ace. It says the ace cat of 9 legs. It's the ace cat of 9 legs because it's rotation. And inside the Indians, Asians, Maya, you can see in their designs and their art that the exact design it makes is a 1-2 repetitive design that says 1, 2, 5, and at the same time the artwork that is widened and made thicker and put closer together. You now see animals within the words. You'll see the word and then look to the in between, and you'll now see different designs. So we're talking about the Mayan. We're talking about 125. So 41 times 5, 5, 5, 5 equals 25,625. And then it partakes into the year 5775 because it's all divisible by 5. Even 15, even 25. 25 times 25 is 625. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 5 is 25. Just checking if my camera's still working. Gonna keep that camera uploaded, right? Yeah, still working there. Okay, I think we're gonna bring this to the end right now. You see the stars. My friends, I just did a check on how much, let's just count North America, okay? How much actual reality imports we actually take from other parts of the world, and what would happen if we cut the imports to less than half? What would happen? Okay, could we survive? But I will tell you for dollar value, okay, that for every $5,000, okay, of profit per day, any store that is not located in North America that takes in a profit of $5,000 per day, okay, for every $5,000, sold, for every $5,000 sold per day, we'll pay one person's salary, okay, for that day. So I calculated how much is actually being sold in this reality from imports from other countries because we're saving money. And I calculated that 50% of the people that were now unemployed would be employed, and the salaries wouldn't be any less. In fact, they'd be higher by almost 2.5%. Okay? It's not a lot, but we can't do it any different. And one of the reasons everything is so sky high is because everything is misproportioned. They know we're going to spend the money. They know we're going to invest the money, so they're just taking their money back from you. They put the market up, they put the market down, and then you want to buy something. They get you on something that you really like. They take the law of averages, they measure it out, and now put this on the market, and all that money you're saving, you know, what good is it? How do you think insurance companies make money? How do you think banks make money? How much money is actually somebody spending? That in all reality, he's just giving work to somebody else. How much money is somebody building? A $20 million house, 1,000, 30,000, 70,000, 100,000 people went back to work. Big deal. Big deal. Big deal. You show me, okay? You show me. Let's not even get into this. Anyways, we're going to call this the end of the video. And I was working on my door there. And I'm going to come back to my seat. And Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I uploaded a bunch of pictures on my Facebook and on my Google of all the little pieces of art, thousands of pieces of art. I've decided that if I share and I share and I share, then I can't lose. I can't say, oh my God, nobody's watching. I can't say I forgot to put it on. I can't say, oh, the people won't want to see it. It's in my book. So I took them out of my book, and I have at least 1,000 other ones, designs, all explaining how everything works. How number 87, how number 32, number 32 and 43, okay, equals 77 Christ between JFK. They must duplicate all the numbers. In order for Spirit Matrix to send in more energy, it must have to use that energy in us. And if it doesn't use the energy in us, that means it's being stolen. And if it's being stolen, it will stop it. It'll mend the what's it called? So they got to play it. And they get us into a football game, and we go, ha! And we get us into a hockey game, we go, ha, ho, ha. For every reaction we get, this is the energy they take. They must make us play games, be happy and sad, because it has to be proportionate energy. And they duplicate all this, and they use it, okay, inside a deeper domain inside. Because do not forget, the body holds the capabilities of transferring who you are from wherever else you actually are. Although you're living in the body, you do. This is not who you are as a reality. This is who you are now in this reality. Every life has a different reality, and who we are is just a memory. It's just a memory. Puff, ash, up in smoke, ashes to ashes. All the Christmas songs, and all the songs of death, and all the games of God. I see it, and I've seen it deeper than it actually is. I see it as telling us a story, and I can read that story on my own domain, my own way. I come in here and tell you a nice story, hypothetically thought out, all about the beauty of creation, of what they're saying. If they say left, I say it's something else. Anytime you say S, every time you say S, it's also going 7, 7, 7. And you can't have the third 7 because I'm the last gateway. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus until I get home again at 3333. Thank you for watching.